Right then, I've just come to a little job round the corner from my house, and see if you can guess what it is. I'll give you a clue. We'll start off by turning the shower on. You might have heard the pump fire up. And we'll also turn on the hot water tap. So there's a little bit of a clue. If I stand here, just underneath the loft hatch, and we'll see, oh, I know for a fact it's going to do it. We'll see what happens, and then see if you can guess what it is. There you go. Literally on the dot. Let me stick the GoPro up there. There you go. So, that's on the hot tap's open, shower's on. Let's turn that off, and turn that off. You can hear that. So that is rattling all the way through the house, very loud. So let's jump up in the roof. Being I've turned the hot tap on, the shower on, we know it's going to be the header tank in the roof, supplying water into the cylinder that's in there. There you go, it's even louder in here. So, hopefully, see if we can get up there before it stops. Got a torch in my pocket somewhere. There it is. Right, let's go up. I think it's going to stop by the time we get up. There we go. That's the culprit. So if I just try and replicate it a little bit, it's pretty hard to replicate. There we go. And you can see the end is just spinning round ever so slightly there. So basically it's the ball valve gone, the washer in it. I could change the washer, and people are going to say to me, just change the washer inside it, but I've looked in the van and I've got a ball valve in it, so we'll just completely swap the ball valve out for a new one. Won't take long. Right, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. We've got another fairly short little video for you tonight. I was thinking of leaving tonight's video and putting it together with another video I've got to go out later on in the week, possibly next Sunday. But I thought, why not just get this one out? Some people like the shorter ones, some people like the longer ones. So I thought I'd just put this out there. It's a little bit of content for Saturday night, and it gives you something to watch. We have got some good stuff coming up, and I'm going over next week to Matt Armstrong's house. You may have seen, if you follow the Home Improvement Boys on YouTube, we're doing a big sort of paddock area at Matt Armstrong's. If you don't watch him, I'm sure majority of people on the internet know who Matt Armstrong is. He's the guy that's fixing up the broken writ-off cars. I mean, me being a massive car person anyway, I've watched Matt for years and years, so it's quite exciting to be able to go to his house and do some work for him, which I've sort of started a while ago, but I'm back there this week. So I've got that coming up as well. And also the next few weeks, I've got some fairly big jobs that I'm going to try and get together and put out some content. Also, what I did do a few weeks ago is I lumped a 4-part bathroom project into one really long video. It was about an hour long, the video was, and that seems to have gone down a storm, because when I put them videos out originally, some people will watch part 1 and 2 and maybe forget and then won't watch the rest of it, or new people to the channel may not have seen it. So what I think I'm going to do is take some of the old videos where I did it in parts and put them into, you know, like a long form, hour long bit of content. We've got a couple of bathrooms, we've got a big house renovation project, barn renovation, I might do that one as well. And just sort of put it out in a week, so it's not one of the main videos that goes out. So drop me a comment below, let me know if that's the sort of thing you'd be interested in. Everyone that sort of interacted with the one that I put out really enjoyed it, so I think I'm going to do that anyway, but I'd like to hear your comments on it. What else have we got coming up? And also, while I'm here, I just want to say, for those that don't know, I co-host a podcast, the Trade Legends podcast. I put a link down into the description. Now, we do a podcast every week, goes out Sunday 6 o'clock, so in theory you should watch this and then go over and watch the Trade Legends podcast. We have so many different trades on there, from carpenters to electricians to plumbers to, we had farriers on there, stonemasons, we had the boys from the Super Trowel event on there the other week. So it's a mainly a construction based podcast, but we are sort of expanding it a little bit. So if you don't watch it, go and check out the Trade Legends podcast. I'm one of the hosts, Al, who owns Unilite, who also sponsor this channel. Are you following? He co-hosts it with me as well. So yeah, if you don't, go and check out the Trade Legends podcast. Link is in the description. And also, while I'm here, I might as well say, if you want any products from Unilite, use my code MJTIFF and it gets you 25% off. I think that's about it. I think that's all I've got to say. Right, I'll let you crack on with this video. And as I say, it's a little short one. And as you'll have seen from the intro, we've got a noisy ball valve in a roof. It's a fairly straightforward job, but it's a good jobbing job. These are the sort of jobs where you can go out or get them on your way between jobs. You can fly in and do little jobs like this. They're good little earners. So yeah, let me know what you think and I shall catch you soon. So with that vibrating then, we're just going to swap that out. So all we've got to do is turn off the feed that side and then take this ball valve out. We've got our replacement one there. So let's just that not on there. So get that out. So get that undone and we'll whip the existing ball valve out. So we took the backing nut off that one. Let's just get the old ball valve out and get the new one in. So we'll just take the backing nut off and then we'll just spin the float round, adjust it and get it back in the tank. So you've got the new ball valve in there now, and I always replace the washer that connects onto the end of the ball valve, just because while you're up here you might as well. So we'll pop the new washer in there like so and then get it reconnected on there. Just give it a tighten up. Right, we've got the swivel connected on there, ball valve in, so let's turn the water back onto it, and what we can do is just quickly check it that it shuts off, alright, which it does. We'll leave it to run, leave it to top up itself, and always make sure that the float, let me get my light, which is just inside there, when that shuts off, it is below the overflow, which is at the far end, which I've already checked. So we're all good there. Wait for that to shut off, then we'll pop downstairs, double check that the shower works alright and the tap's on and it doesn't make that horrible moaning noise again. Plus it's quite hot up here, so it'd be good to get out. But all good, quick little jobbing job, ball valve change. So I've tested it up in the roof just to make sure. I want to turn the shower back on with the pump running. We'll open the hot tap up and make sure that it doesn't vibrate. As I said, I've tested it with my hand, but just to double check, just because the water level drops very slowly with the pump running and the tap running. So I'm sure it'll be fine. It was literally 20 seconds and it was starting to go, so I think we're going to be good on this one. The jobs like this are your perfect little sort of jobbing jobs. You can fit these in during your day, swing by, get it done. There you go. I mean, that's been running twice as long as it has before. Nothing's coming from the top, no noise from the old ball valve, which is here, which as you can see is completely knackered. So another job well done. Get that turned off. Get that off. Sorted. Right, on to the next one. So we got a little call out to this job to a block sink. Now I have got to use the voiceover on this one because the customer was in the room and I just filmed it. But we'll let the water go into the sink and we'll see exactly what the problem is. See that, look, it's just holding in the trap. Now also the other side, the other half a bowl in this kitchen sink unit is doing exactly the same. Just holding the water there. The customer also said to me that the dishwasher, which is connected with the spike, is also backing up. So that tells me obviously there's a blockage somewhere. Apparently the customer had the trap off, and you'll see in a minute when I show you the pipework that the blockage is further down underneath. There you go, look, it comes out there into the T and goes in behind the cupboard into the back there, so there's no access to it whatsoever. So the best thing I could think of doing was getting a bucket under it, take the traps off and seeing if I can rod it out or anything like that. But we took the traps out of the way. So the best thing I thought I could do is get the aquavac on it, pop the aquavac in, see if we can suck out any blockages. You might be able to hear it. You can hear it shift something through the pipework and pulls it all out. There we go. Look, you can just see there, if I could just grab that camera and show you there, look, it's like some fatty lumps that have obviously gone down the pipe, maybe caught on them elbows at the far end, but the aquavac has just sucked them out. So we just get rid of the last little bits of it. Give it a bit of a shake just to make anything, if anything's loose in there, blocked up. Sucked it out, have a look down it, make sure it's completely clear, which it seems to be. So with that in, we'll get the traps back in, connected. We've got the little compression tee on the bottom, and then obviously we've also got to get the other trap in from the main bowl, and then the spigot off for the dishwasher. Pop that on there, give it a bit of a clean up, make sure it's all good, so that if it is leaking we can see it. So that all looks good. Let's try a little bit of water down it and make sure we've got rid of that blockage. Hopefully it's as simple as that, just popping the aquavac on, but we'll have a look and see. So turn the water on, start running it through, and straight away I can tell that that blockage has gone from that main bowl. And obviously because the blockage was further down in the pipework, we know if we do the half a bowl as well, it's going to be exactly the same. Straight down the throat of it. Job done. Easy little job like that. That's a perfect little call out job. Jobbing job. In, get it done, whip the trap out of the way, make sure everything's alright, tightened up underneath, there's no leaks. Customer's happy. Job done. Nice little job.